But Evan, something I want to ask you. We've heard some trade rumors buzzing around. Lowry sold his house in Toronto. It seems that Lowry may be on his way out of the Raptors organization. Now, do you think this is a good, bad move for the Raptors? And if you think they should trade him, where do you think he should go?
Well, I actually, if I'm the Raptors, I would not trade Kyle Lowry. Remember, I mean, it's easy to forget, but this team was 6 points away a year ago from going to the conference finals. And I know that's not winning at all. That's not going to the finals or winning the championship. But whenever you can go to the conference finals, your team isn't all that far away. And this team, they don't have a boatload of picks and young players. I don't see this team headed towards a rebuild. Lowry's a little bit of an older player, so theoretically, if you traded him, you'd be looking for some rebuilding pieces. But I think this team is good enough to contend in the East, maybe not win it. And I don't think a rebuild is very attractive without a ton of young players or picks.
Evan, the Raptors have an identity crisis. You mentioned last season they were 6 points away from reaching the conference finals, right? Their team has only gotten worse. They lost their two big inside presences in Ibaka and Marc Gasol. Right now, you're the guy who loves to talk about where the teams are in the standings right now. And if the season were to progress into the postseason right now, the Raptors would not even be in the top 8 seeds. That's scary, right? I certainly expect them to pick it up. However, they're not good enough to contend this year. I think they need to back out. I think Lowry, I think they need to get what they can get out of him right now because his value is only going to decrease. With that being said, I think they need to show a lot of respect to Lowry. They need to show class to him. He's been a loyal player. A lot of people think he's the best player in franchise history for the Raptors. They need to trade him where he wants to be traded. They need to put him on a contender. So, I think a preferred destination for Lowry could be in Los Angeles with Kawhi and Paul George on the Clippers. Now, this was a tough trade to construct because the Clippers gave up their future for Paul George. They signed a ton of players. They have no money left. However, I think they can throw Nicholas Batum, Lou Williams, and future picks. I guess the Raptors will be trading for like 8th graders or 7th graders at this point. But future picks at the Raptors to grab Kyle Lowry. Like I said, Lowry's 34, I think, 35 maybe. His value is not what it used to be. Still an exceptional player. But I think the Raptors will be happy with some expiring contracts such as these. Get him off the books after this year. Free agency is going to be big next year. Hopefully grab one or two guys and then they can look to compete again with Siakam. So maybe not enter a full rebuild, but maybe look to have a core with Siakam, OG Anunoby, Norman Powell, and a few offseason signings, and then go back into the postseason looking to contend again. And a second destination that I like Lowry in is with the Sixers, actually. I think you can move Ben Simmons down to power forward. Lowry has championship experience. I don't think a lot of players on the Sixers have championship experience. Danny Green for sure, and Dwight Howard, but a lot of their rotation players, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, don't have championship experience. So if you have a point guard with good playoff experience, a poised veteran like Lowry, that can never hurt your team. So in that move, I think you have to give up Danny Green for contracts, Matisse Thybulle, two future first-round picks, and a pick swap, which may be a little much to get Lowry, but the Sixers are all in this season. They're the best they've been in a while. So I think they need to go for this right now to just put themselves a step further in beating a team like the Nets, the Nets, the Lakers, any big team they might have to compete with.
Yeah, Jake, I definitely like both of those destinations, especially the Clippers. I think that would really elevate them even more into top-tier title contenders if they were able to trade for Kyle Lowry. My trade package would be the Miami Heat. They give up Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Olynyk, Andre Iguodala, a first-round pick, and a second-round pick. It's mainly centered around Nunn and picks. Olynyk and Iguodala are more just to match the salaries, but Toronto would get younger talent with Nunn and the picks, and the Heat would get an excellent point guard that can play both ways with Kyle Lowry.